In this video, I will be showing you what happens if you add the 1-inch overhang measurement, or the measurement for your nosing, to the stair tread layout measurement when you are laying out your stair stringer. And before we get started, let me share a personal experience that I had when I was sent to do my first model homes. Now, these were stairs that hadn't been built before, and it was my job to figure out how to build them after only working with my dad for about a year and a half. And the first thing I did was made this mistake. I added the 1-inch nosing to the stair stringer layout. And after I cut my pattern to check it, I went and set it in place in the building. And that was when I realized my mistake, because the stair stringer was about 14 inches longer than it should have been. And even though that was the last time I made that mistake, this mistake was made by somebody recently who was having a difficult time figuring out what they had done wrong. And hopefully by the time you have finished watching this video, you will have a pretty good idea how to avoid making the same mistake. So let's go ahead and get started. Our original tread length is going to be 10 inches, and our treads are going to be 11 inches long to provide us with a 1-inch nosing. And that would look something like this. Over here we have a 10-inch stair tread, 7 of them. And then on the other side we have an 11-inch stair tread, and of course a 7-inch difference between the two of them, providing us with a little longer stringer and no nosing if we use an 11-inch tread. Now, if you have the room and you want the overhang, you just make the tread 12 inches to solve that problem. However, most of the time you're not going to have the room, especially if the building plans call out for 10-inch treads and you made yours 11 inches. And for those of you who need a little more clarity on this topic, let's go ahead and take a look at the size of the tread. 3/4 of an inch thick and 11 inches long. And the riser, of course, 7 inches tall, 3/4 of an inch thick. And these will be the same treads and risers we're going to use for the 1-inch overhang on the stair stringer that should have had a 10-inch measurement here instead of the 11-inch measurement that we have. So pay attention here. We're going to have 11 inches from the corner of the back of the stringer here to the corner of the front, and then 7 inches for our riser. And keep in mind that your measurements might be different on your stairway. However, you could end up with the same problem if you're not paying attention to the information in this video. Next up, let's go ahead and remove the stringer and replace it with a 10-inch one. However, we are not going to change the position of the treads and risers to provide you with a better idea of what is actually happening. And that would be the fact that we are going to be gaining 1 inch for every single step. So 1 inch longer here, 2 inches here, 3 inches, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And of course, here's what it would look like if we had the 10-inch layout measurements on our stringers along with the 11-inch wide treads, providing us with a 1-inch overhang. So here we have 10 inches from corner to corner, not 11 inches. And then we have our 7 inches. And after we put our risers on, we're still going to have 10 inches. For example, on the bottom, we're going to have 10 inches to the back of the riser if we measure to the back of the lower riser. And if the risers are the same width, obviously we're going to have the same measurement from the front of the riser to the front of the riser. And then when we put our 11-inch tread on, we're going to have a 1-inch overhang. So again, the same treads we used in the other example where we have an 11-inch and a 7-inch. And of course they are 3/4 of an inch wide, providing us with our 1-inch overhang. And if I did my job right and you have a general idea of a problem that you can avoid, then I've done my job right. However, if not, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the video comment area or email them to me. And as always, if you enjoyed the video and learned something from it, make sure you let us know by either leaving a comment or hitting the thumbs up button.